English is no longer acceptable and must be expunged from the EU's vocabulary in favor of French, and MEP has insisted in an extraordinary rant. However, a Tory MP responded by saying France, led by President Emmanuel Macron, needed to get over its bruised ego, while suggesting most EU states would continue to use English regardless. Meanwhile, a former Irish diplomat has suggested the comments were ominous for Ireland, which is the only country left in the bloc where English is spoken as a first language. Dominique Bild, a member of the right-wing National Rally Party, made her remarks during a speech in the European Parliament, in which said she would be taking steps to minimize the use of English throughout the continent. She said, "Stop the contempt of the EU towards the French language. Europe is not only populated by technocrats from Brussels speaking wannabe English. Stop Globish and long live the languages of our nations, including the beautiful language of Molière." Since the British departure, the language of Shakespeare has become the official language only of Ireland and Malta. Brexit means that English has moved from the 3rd to the 17th language spoken in the EU, while more than 70% of the documents still produced in the institutions are in English. This is no longer acceptable. Ms. Bild added, in addition, the various European agencies in question today publish almost exclusively in this language on their various sites. This is a problem. We fund organizations that don't write in the languages actually spoken in our continent. There were many translations which summarized the main ideas, but the rest was inaccessible to French speakers, Ms. Bild explained. She added, "To use words you love so much, wouldn't this be linguistic discrimination against nations whose language is not English? The problem is the following, that makes tens of millions of Europeans. Indeed, in many countries like France, a net contributor to the EU budget, but also Spain and Italy, the rate of people speaking the language of globalization is only 50%. Even in states claiming to speak English well, only 70% of the population spoke the language of Shakespeare," she claimed. Ms. Bild said, "The least would be to respect the French who pay institutions that do not even show the courtesy of trying to speak to them in their own language."